What's up, everybody? Most AI sports betting tools give you a pick, and they don't give you the method. They don't give you the results, the methodology behind it. It's basically just here's the pick. Trust me. And they'll say something like, our model hits 60% of the time. Just bet it. I don't think that's good enough. And today I'm going to show you exactly what's happening inside of the Otterline. Where things can break down, where things work really well, and I'm going to show you why the Otterline works a little bit differently than you'll see some other AI models. And I think the number one thing that I do well, at least I try to do well, is listening to customers, the people, the clients. I take a lot of feedback and I try to be really transparent. I think that's the most important thing here is transparency. I definitely don't want to cause anyone any harm. And I think just being open and honest is the best way to do something like this. So what I have on the screen here is the consensus page. And this is really where everything goes down. So I'll kind of walk you through exactly what the Otterline is doing. And at the end of the day, you'd realize that a model is doing one thing. It's estimating the true probability of an outcome and then comparing it to what the market thinks. Now, with that being said, I kind of like to keep these things separate. I want to know what the model is going to pick without it even knowing the odds, because that's where you can find some really interesting opportunities. And I think that's where we do some very cool things. This is one of the reasons why I built the vector model, the consensus model. I call it the vector the way I built it, is that it's going to pull picks from a bunch of different sources. So let's just get into this. So what we have is the Otterline consensus page. So when you sign up for the Otterline Premium, it's like $10 a month. You're going to be hit with some choices, okay? And one of those choices is, do you want to just get the picks as you see here? Or do you want to, do a little more of an advanced tab on consensus? Okay, now AI is a really big part of this. And I'll show you that here. So what we have here are the different models that the Otterline pulls from. Now, this is specific to the NHL. We do NBA as well. Okay. So what this is saying here is, so the Otterline, that's OL. That's another model. These are just 4 models. Some of them are public, some of them are not. And today, Otterline has low confidence in Boston, but it's still a Boston pick, but the confidence buckets are important. But all 4 models are picking Boston today to win over the San Jose Sharks. And then you can go over here and see the odds as well. So the market actually does agree with this. Now, the elite picks, when all 4 models agree, it has gone 140 wins, 82 losses. So the success rate has been very, very high. Where the AI comes in is that this model specifically and this one are driven by AI. So it's basically like taking ChatGPT or Claude, using that API in a model so that it can think and rationalize this thing. So like it can consider injuries, it can consider momentum, it can consider even morale, it can consider basically everything, and it kind of makes a weighted kind of average of these things, and it makes the pick. So like the AI actually comes from some of the bigger LLMs out there for its thinking. It's kind of like the brain. Additionally, the AI comes in when it actually it built the website. Like everything you see on the site, it put it together itself, which is pretty cool in that sense. So where confidence matters as well with this, you can see here there's 3 different buckets. So when CL Chatty Line has been very confident, it's won like 70% of the time. The Otterline AI is, when it's confident, it does well, but when it's not confident, it does not do well. So that's like an interesting point to make, is like, if you're betting elites, maybe you only bet elites where OL is confident, right? This is where it gets a little bit more advanced. So you would take like tonight, you take like Buffalo, New Jersey, Carolina, Minnesota. That would be it. That's fundamentally what the AI is doing. It's saying like, we're very confident in this pick, and it's hit at a 67% win rate. So you look at a game like let's see, like New Jersey. So it's won 67% of the time. The odds are 64%, a little bit of an edge there. That might be a good bet to make. But it all depends how you're operating, okay? So what I recommend a lot of the times is just going over to the picks page and just, this is like for 99% of people, I don't think you need the consensus page. It's kind of like where operationally it's all going down. But I've gone ahead and made like filters for you that kind of filter all this stuff, and you can just basically blind bet this page. So what this is, so it's taken all those games and filtered them down into the power play. So that's like high win rate stuff. And if you find a lot of the odds there aren't really great, the AI calculates that and then puts in the diamond picks. So it's taken all the heavy favorites out, keeping the high win rates and displaying those for you. So like you're going to get good odds here. So Anaheim, Florida, Dallas, 3 solid picks, good odds. It's won 57% of the time. So the only way to take advantage of that nice win rate is you got to bet it every day. Like if you pick and choose, you might get, maybe it loses all three nights in a row and then goes on a tear, and you miss the tear because you only bet the 3 nights. So one thing about sports betting is you got to have discipline and strategy, and you got to be a numbers guy and calculate and track, and otherwise you're cooked. You could just honestly bet whenever value edge comes up, you could just bet that it's gone 62% and it's almost always an underdog, right? So the AI is basically coming out here, compiling the data, making the picks, and then filtering it all down into these featured picks. So the major thing that the Otterline promises you is consistency and transparency. So like we're going to show all the numbers. Like these are updated every day. You can see them. You can go ahead. Well, there's 2 places. If you go to live, you can look at yesterday. So here's all yesterday's picks. You can see scores updated, the wins, the losses. Like we lost 2 yesterday in NHL, but NBA did well. Results page. The numbers are all there by month. You can click this and see. So this month, NBA's gone 60%, NHL 55%. And November was our first month. And you can see not overly impressive numbers in November, but it's all transparent. It's all there. So the major reason I wanted to make this video for you today was to kind of just show you exactly how the AI works within the Otterline and show you the transparency and how you can best use it for yourself.